So for day three, we're going to be celebrating Black heroes who, over the past centuries, there has been many people who have changed the world forever, inspiring heroes, sharing their voice, and creating equity. And this week, we're focusing in on some of those heroes.
So up on screen now we have Charles Drew. He was an African American physician and surgeon, and developed the means for to preserve blood plasma for transfusion.
Here we have Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler, and she was the first African American woman to become a doctor in medicine. She was also the author of the book, A Book of Medical Discourse.
Up on the screen here we have two African American women who were very famous in literature. On the right we have Maya Angelou, who was a poet and a social activist, and on the left here we have Zora Neale Hurston, who was a novelist and a writer. And listed we have some quotes by them and a little description on what they did for our country.
Here we have Arthur Ashe, and he rose from segregation and racial roadblocks to become the first African American male to win the U.S. Open, Australian Open, and Wimbledon, and he still holds those titles. Ashe contracted AIDS from a blood transfusion that he received by heart bypass surgery, and he became a stalwart in the fight against the disease, creating the Arthur Ashe Foundation for the Defeation of AIDS and the Arthur Ashe Institute for Urban Health.
So up on the screen now we have Bryan Stevenson. He was a political activist who worked to make a organization called the Equal Justice Initiative that guarantees legal representation to every inmate on the state's death row. And along with that, he was also an author, and he wrote books such as Just Mercy, a story of justice and redemption. And his books have even been turned into movies and TV shows.
Here now we have John Lewis, and he was an American politician, statesman, and civil rights activist. He was a hidden hero of the civil rights movement, and he was elected to the House of Representatives in 1986. While in office, Lewis called for healthcare reform and fought for improvements for people in poverty and improvements in education. One of the most important things that John Lewis did was overseeing multiple renewals of the Voting Rights Act.